Welcome back. This is Nick Agram. I will be discussing the second part of this lecture on not laws of exponent. It is called zero and negative exponents. I discussed in my previous lecture about the negative exponent here. As you can see, that if we have, I will go back to mine. If we have negative exponent a raised to negative x, that is equal to 1 divided by a raised to x. Or if we have the negative exponent as a denominator, then it will be equal to a raised to positive x. We have proved that also, but if you don't remember, then I will prove it once again here. We have a raised to x, no, not that, 1 divided by a raised to negative x. 1, as you can see here, is always a raised to 0 divided by a raised to negative x. That means we have, by the law of exponent on division, we have a raised to 0 minus negative x. Then we have a raised to positive x. So a raised to positive x can be expressed also as 1 divided by a raised to negative x. So let's see if we can find some example in your book, grade 8 for DepEd issued book. You have in page 73, we're supposed to write each item to expression with positive exponents. So for example, we have b raised to negative 4. Then using this one, we have 1 divided by b raised to 4. Number 2, we have c raised to negative 3 divided by d raised to negative 8. As you can see, we have c raised to negative 3, and then we can express d raised to negative 8 like this one, d raised to negative 8. C raised to negative 3 can be expressed as 1 divided by c raised to positive 3 multiplied by d raised to negative 8 can be expressed as d raised to 8. So we have now the answer. We have d raised to 3 divided by c raised to 3. Number 3. We have w raised to negative 3 zeta raised to negative 2. Then we have 1 divided by w raised to 3 positive 3 zeta raised to 2. Number 4. N squared m raised to negative 2 and o. That is equal to n squared times o divided by m raised to positive 2. Applying all of this as 5. Number 5, we have d e raised to negative 5 f. Then we have df divided by e raised to positive 5. 6. X plus y divided by x plus y, parenthesis, raised to 0. As we have said, any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. Then we have x plus y divided by 1, which is also x plus y. 7. We have this one, a very, very annoying, too much expression, too much letters and variables. Have a raised to 5, b squared, e raised to 8, parenthesis, raised to 0. As we can see, that is, you don't need to think about it. Just remember that any number raised to 0 is equal to 1. And as you can see now, number 8 is 14 because t raised to 0 is 1, so 14 times 1 is 1. And number 9 is equal to 1 because L raised to 0 is 1, P raised to 0 is 1. And number 10 is 2 because parenthesis a minus b plus c parenthesis raised to 0 is equal to 1. So I hope you learned something in this part 2 of 0 and negative exponents. My next is evaluation of algebraic expressions. I mean rational algebraic expressions. That is what I'm going to discuss later in my next video. See you around, guys.